Welcome back to Dare to Glow, where I demystify the makeup experience. I'm Bella, and in today's video, I'll be showing you some eyeshadow basics. So what brushes to use, how to approach a brand new palette, and each step along the way afterwards. Before we get started, I wanted to bring up some makeup essentials for your toolkit. Besides the eyeshadow we're going to use today, I wanted to also show you and highly recommend a brush set. It's the Sigma Basic Eye Brush Set. It comes with about 7 brushes, all labeled for different parts of the eye, so you know exactly where to put what. I'll be using a few of those brushes today, and we'll point out what I'm using for each step of the process here. Other tools I'll be using today include the Sigma Eye Primer in the shade Persuade, as well as the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette, which looks like this. Let's get started. So the first step of any eyeshadow application is always to prime. This primer keeps your shadow on the entire day, allows for optimal application so that colors blend properly, that they show up properly, and they stay on the entire day. Persuade is a pinkish shade, but I use it to essentially create a blank canvas on my eyelid. And I'll just apply it on my finger and spread it evenly on my eyelid. When there's nothing left inside of me, I remember the place that is greater than you and me. Our next step will be to apply a transition color. Now, what is a transition color? It's something you use as a base color to blend future colors that will be used on top of it. This is really an optional step in the sense that it depends how far and how many colors you want to use. Sometimes people are satisfied with just this transition color and one more, and that's it. But you can certainly build upon that and do whatever you like in terms of colors. For today's purposes, I'm going to build on it. So as our second step, I just said, let's apply a transition color. I'm going to use this color called Toasty. It's kind of an orangey peachy mix color. And by the way, when you're applying eyeshadow, you want to look down. You don't want to look straight because you're limiting your space. You're making your eye look straight instead of down, which means your lid is not all the way open. So take a mirror and look down. Also, when you're holding the brush, hold it in towards the middle, towards the back. The closer you hold it, the more product will be applied to your eye, and you don't want to overdo it upon first application. So always hold it back here. All right, we'll dip the brush. This is a fluffy blending brush. You can apply the product onto the ends of it. Later on, I'll explain with different brushes where you put the product on the brush, as that is important to how you apply it. So dipping it into the end of the brush and patting off the excess, looking down. We can do a windshield wiper motion on the crease of the eye. And I'm only going to dip it in one time so that it does not take over, so that it stays neutral, I mean. So dip, take the excess off, apply to the other eye.
when there's nothing left inside of me. I remember the place that is greater than you and me.
Next step will be to apply crease color right on top of this transition color we did. For the crease color, I tend to use a brownish type shade. In this palette, I'm going to pick the color Henna right here. And again, we're going to look down in the mirror, dip once, pat off, and apply. Doing that same windshield wiper motion. And the other eye.
Maybe I am down again. Maybe I'm bleeding. Maybe there is nothing left, but I'm still breathing.
For both of those steps, I use the E38 diffused crease brush. And if you are trying a brand new palette and you freak out that this color is way too much for you, you can use a clean brush to blend it out and kind of diminish the intensity. So to do that, I'm going to pick the E40 tapered blending brush and just go over it in that same crease area. After we've done the transition color and the crease color, we can move on to the main eyelid. For that, I'm going to use the E55 eye shading brush. And since we're kind of starting out, these are eyeshadow basics, we can stick to more neutral colors. I'm going to pick this slightly shimmery color called Beaming. I would say it's like a soft lilac, soft pinkish color. And you'll see this is not a fluffy ended brush. This is more flat. So when we apply the product to the brush, it's going to go on the side of it, not on top, the side. So we can dip it in just a little bit and apply it to the lid. Again, looking down.
I remember the place that is greater than you and me. Paradise, I dare you to believe. There's a hope, there's a place that is greater than you and me. Oh no.
So if we wanted to kind of pump up the shimmer just a tiny bit without overdoing it, you can spray finishing spray or setting spray on the brush just like this. And apply that just one more time to add some more pigment to the shimmer. See how that took it to a whole nother level? Now that the lid is done, we can move to the highlight. So when we highlight, we generally can use the same color on the brow bone as well as the tear duct, but we're going to use different brushes for those two areas. So when I pick a highlight color, it's usually towards the white / as light as possible shade, as well as minimal to no shimmer so that it doesn't make it look harsh. So from this palette, I'm going to pick the color Humble, and it's a light beige, almost white. and I'm going to apply it with the E70 angled shading brush. You'll see it has an angle at the end of it there. We're going to apply it right on the brow bone.
I can only dream when I am awake. I'm gonna find paradise. Baby, I've gotta try. I'm thinking about somewhere in the sky. I'm thinking about what it could be like. I'll let you know when I find.
That just adds some light to your eyes and to your face, just like a highlighter would do on your cheekbones and high points of your face. Then we can apply that same color to the tear duct area.
When there's nothing left inside of me, I remember the place that is greater than you and me. Paradise, I dare you to believe. There's a hope, there's a place that is greater than you and me.
The next steps are really optional. It depends on your taste. You can either use a eye pencil to line the bottom of your lashes, or you can use eyeshadow, which I'll show you right now. So for this next step, we're actually going to add one more brush to the bunch. Clean it off. This is called the E65 small angle brush. You see it has a very small edge as well as an angled edge. And first we are going to apply the same crease color that we used up here. So as a reminder, that color was henna, a brownish orangey color. And we want to line the eyes, so get as close to the eyelashes as possible. And this brush is a huge help in doing that since it's so tiny. We also don't want to go all the way to the tear duct. We can end somewhere off the middle here. That just keeps the eyes as big as possible.
I'm thinking about somewhere in the sky. I'm thinking about what it could be like. I'll let you know when I find paradise. Only when I close my eyes do I start seeing maybe what it could be like.
Then we can add another brush named the E30 pencil brush. You see it has more of a round edge here. And we'll apply that first transition color we used, which as a reminder was this color Toasty, right on top of that liner we just did, just to smoke it out just a tiny bit. You can now do the last steps. If you want to add a liner on top, mascara, lashes, if you are interested in that, now is the time to do that. I'm going to add some liner and mascara off camera and be right back. I've just put some black liner on and some mascara, and this is the final look. You see how easy it is when you have the help of properly labeled brushes and a few step-by-steps to know where to put the colors. Eyeshadow application is so easy, and you can apply the same steps with any colors you choose. Like I said, you have the option to use a transition color or not. You have the option to use eyeshadow as a bottom liner or a regular eye pencil. It's really what you love to do and how you like to look. These are just simple steps to get you started. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, any comments, want to know more about the products I use, which by the way, I will be linking down below, please drop a comment in the comments area and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye!